Hello everyone, my name is Maria and this is Knit and Knits Therapy. Today we will have an overview of my spring knitting plans. Generally, the spring didn't arrive to Lviv yet. It's very cold here and I'm not sure that it will come soon. That's why I think it influenced my knitting plans in general, because I saw other people making spring knitting plans videos and they are really into some tees or some tops creation. I am not there yet at all. I'm going still to continue knitting some sweaters. I'm already working on one of them even, so get ready to some more like winter spring transitional knitting video. And I think this spring knitting is more about some sets creation as well. I have found some great ideas for different knitting sets creation, and I want to make at least one for myself. I'm still not done with all of my winter knitting plans. Lots of projects are in the making still, but I hope to finish them till the end of March at least and get deeply into spring knitting plans for sure. So it helped me, this video in general, and the planning helps me a lot to prioritize some projects that I like more, also to find some stash yarn or some good sale for yarns that I may use for my knitting projects. So we can start with an overview, and the first one that we will talk about, it's Niki sweater. It also includes, well, the pattern itself doesn't include it, but there is an option to make a skirt and a sweater. In this case, I have mentioned the sweater itself. It's made in such a waffle texture, I can say. I love this pink color for sure. I will not select such one for myself probably, but it looks great on the photos and it gets my attention. I forgot to mention as well that this Ravelry bundle will be linked below in the description, and you can find all the details about these patterns easily and reach out to them on Ravelry. So this pattern is worked bottom up in basket with stitch on the circular needles. There is a huge sizes range starting with 82 centimeters up to 142 centimeters. It should have approximately 22 up to 45 centimeters of positive ease. That's a lot, but I have the smallest size, so in my case I think it will have 22 centimeters of positive ease, probably. I hope so. Yeah, it calls 24 centimeters for S size, for example. There is a nice thing mentioned here as well, that the model is wearing size M and she is 168 centimeters tall. That's very nice detail to have, especially about the height, because I struggle a lot with such photos made on the shorter girls comparing to myself, and it's hard to evaluate the amount of yarn needed sometimes for the length of the sweaters, because mostly I need a little bit more yarn to fit my long torso because I am taller. I am 180 centimeters. This one is made in bulky weight merino alpaca blend. I think I can make one using cotton merino blend to make it quite lighter version of such a sweater. This one is made on 5 and 6 millimeter needles, so it's quite a quick knit for like early spring wearing. And we can get to the next one. It's Elisabeth Blouse by PetiteKnit. This one calls for 100% merino wool DK weight, or some cashmere selections are suggested here, but that's the one I'm already working on, and I'm making this with DK weight yarn, holding it together with silk mohair yarn, and I have shared it in my previous video, so you can check the knitting podcast. It's episode number 7, when I'm describing more about the yarn selection and the color that I'm using, because it's not something neutral and natural. It's something interesting for this one, so check the video for sure. It's made bottom up, so you first of all make the collar, then a v-neck, and then joining around, split the sleeves, and some regular stockinette. Stockinette is done. This one should have approximately 6 centimeters of positive ease, not a lot of it. Probably that's because of this v-neck shaping, because it may be too loose for some sizes. That's why it doesn't have lots of positive ease. The bust circumference for the pattern 19 up to 155 centimeters. I think this is including the positive ease. And it is made on 4 millimeter needles. Hope I didn't forget anything here. Moving on to the next one, it's blouse number 2 by my favorite since knitwear. It's made with DK weight yarn on 4 millimeter needles. In the example, it's made with 100% Pima cotton, and I have one that I will be able to use for this one in 100% cotton yarn. I love this drape, and I love the lacing that will have an opportunity for you to breathe if it's too hot outside, especially using cotton yarn. May be nice, but I am not 100% sure that I want to make something using 100% cotton yarn. I had such experience before, and it was just a complete failure, because cotton forgives nothing. No mixed mistakes, no tension issues, or like, you know, sometimes you work on both sides of the knitting, sometimes you work on in a round. There is a difference in the final garment, so I will think about the yarn selection, but the idea of this one works really well for me, and I love this drop shoulder idea, and also I would see it in some bright color, you know, like some yellow or green, maybe something orange, maybe. It may look nice with this pattern. The next one is filled sweater, but it also includes the pattern itself. It includes a t-shirt option. It is worked with DK weight yarn on 4 millimeter needles with this filled part on it. I wanted to make one for myself for quite a bit. I already have the pattern. I bought it right after the release because I love the idea with this field. You know, generally the idea of Ukrainian flag is blue and yellow. Blue is for like a sky, and yellow is for the field. That's why I just felt in love in this pattern, and I wanted to make it with some nice colors to be able to wear it for some special occasions maybe. This one is made for Just a second. For the bust circumference, here is like underarm hole circumference. It's 94 up to 142 centimeters. For sizes, and the example is made with alpaca pima yarn. Yeah, so this is it. The next one, my favorite one, is Barbroe Blouse by Knit for Olive. It has negative ease. I already have it in my Knit for Olive book that has just arrived to me. This one is made in light fingering weight merino yarn, and I have some leftovers, and this pattern for the smallest size calls only for 4 balls of yarn of light fingering weight yarn, so I think I will be able to make one for myself. But the only issue that I see here is the needle size, because it's made on 2.5 millimeter needles and 3 millimeter needles. Also calls for a hook with a size 1.5 millimeter needles. I don't even have such a hook. It will not be a problem for sure, but still it says that really detailed tiny needles, extremely thin yarn, so lots of time should be invested into this pattern. For the sizes selection, it's quite similar to the previous ones. Starts with the chest circumference, starting with 72 up to 154 centimeters. The next one that I would love to work on is Cumulus Blouse by PetiteKnit. The example is made with silk mohair only. Probably I will try to make one not with a silk mohair, because here it's a silk mohair hold double. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will just make it with some light fingering weight, or will find something that works for me. Oh no, it calls for iron weight yarn. I see. Just with lots of mohair versions that may be used for this one. It's work on 4.5 millimeter needles. Yeah, and the bust circumference starts with 96 up to 156 centimeters, and it is designed to have approximately 10 up to 15 centimeters of positive ease. So it's very like relaxed fit sweater that I would love to have. I love this I-cord detail on the v-neck. I don't have any other sweaters with a v-neck, so it will be nice to have one at least. Yeah, and this is it for this one. The next one that I like as an idea because of the ornament details, it's Smoke the Sweater by Knitting Sciura. There is a website as well added here. This one is made only with silk mohair yarn or any other lace weight. I know there are great options with merino silk lace weight yarns. I've used one for a shelf before, and it was really great experience because the silk adds such a nice shine to it, but merino still has its fixed shape, even if you are making some lacing, like in the shelf, you know. This one is made on 4 millimeter needles and 3.5 millimeter needles. Probably it should have some positive ease that is not mentioned here. For the sizes starting with 80 centimeters up to 130 centimeters. Yeah, it's worked top down with this pattern firstly, and then with a stockinette. I love how light and nice it is, so very beautiful pattern to make. The next one is Harvest Tea by Ozetta. Quite similar to the one I'm wearing now, but this one is Poppy Tea by PetiteKnit that I made for my boyfriend last year with 50% of merino wool, 50% cotton blend yarn. It's very nice. It doesn't peel a lot, maybe because of the cotton, I don't know. The shape is a bit weird because of the cotton. It's not similar to 100% merino wool yarns, but in general he likes it. He says that it's very nice for different weather because it reacts if you are overheated, it cools you a bit. If you are cold under air conditioning in the office, for example, it warms you up a bit. So such a nice option for some work from office in summer, for example, even. So getting back to Harvest Tea, this one is made with fingering weight yarn. Yes. On 3.25 millimeter needles. Well, I don't have such a needles, but I can somehow figure it out because the gauge is 28 stitches. Probably 3 millimeter needles may work here as well. For the sizes, it starts with 91 centimeters up to 160 centimeters. For sure, with lots of positive ease included there. Yeah, like 10 centimeters of positive ease, but you can say it even from the photos and this boxy fit. You see, there is an I-cord on the neck, there is an I-cord on the sleeves, some built-in sleeves, so looks like very nice, a detailed t-shirt, like with a thin yarn, small needles, lots of time invested, but still such a nice tee in result. The next one, and probably the only top that we will have here, it's twist loop top by Other Loops. I saw lots of other knitters making this top last year, but I wasn't sure if I want to make such one for myself. But then I realized how many options are for this top because it requires only 100 grams of the yarn, and that's very nice. It's made on 3 millimeter needles and 2.5 millimeter needles for the ribbon, I guess. It has such a nice cable detail that I like a lot, and I wear such tops also a lot, even in spring and in summer as well, so I think I can make one for myself. And I have lots of leftovers of fingering weight yarns that I can use for this top. So for the sizes, it goes for since 80 up to 120 centimeters. It's not, it doesn't have like a negative ease, but still it seems that it fits the body quite well, like neutral positive ease is noticed here. One more set as well, that's the next pattern that we will talk about that I like a lot. It's Sporty Knit Scort designed by Florence Miller. I love this idea since I saw it in her YouTube video. That's a great idea. I love it because I have noticed that I'm a bit over 30 years already. I noticed that I'm not really comfortable with such a short skirts. I'm not saying that it's related to age, but I still feel uncomfortable in such clothing. But if it has such a nice shorts under this, that's perfect. It's very comfortable wear. And this one is made with DK weight yarn on 3.5 and 3mm needles. This example is made with drop spooner 100% alpaca yarn, and I think I will be able to combine it with some nice cardigan in the same color to have it as a set. And I love this bra as an idea for this set, so I imagine it being like a full set of this bra, under it some cardigan and the skirt, but still it will look nice as well with some jacket, not knitted one but a regular one, this like that style jacket. It will look gorgeous, I think. The next one is Sweetheart Revenge top dress. There is also an option for the sweater or pullover for this one. I love the shaping. I love all the details. The only thing I would change this is the length, because I would make it or a little bit shorter, not so close to the knees, not right on the knees. I would make it or shorter a bit or longer. I love the detail with a sweetheart shaping on the breast. All the details are extremely great. I'm staring at this pattern for a while already, and I would love to make such a dress for myself. This one is made on 3.25mm needles with a fingering weight yarn. That's the main thing that is stopping me here, because lots of work will be spent on this garment in result, but I am not sure that I will be able to wear such a dress really often to convert it to some regular garment in my wardrobe. So I'm still doubting a bit, but it's really nice, beautiful pattern, and I love it. I love all the details for it. And the last thing that I would love to add to my spring knitting plans is Chunky Loop Tote Bag by Other Loops. This one is knitted. I know how to crochet a bit, but I don't really like the style and the result of crocheted bags. Maybe because I haven't seen lots of interesting designs with crocheted bags, but I would love to have it in knitted option as well. I know that crocheted projects take much more yarn, so this bag will be too heavy if I crochet to the needed size. But I would love to have such one knitted as a knitted option. This one is made using super bulky weight yarn on 6.5mm needles, but I think that I will be able to change the size with the thickness of yarn and the size of the needles I'm using. Also, I think that I can add some layer inside it to make it safer for transporting, and in such case I will also be able to have to use bigger needles, and it will even be a faster project than I expect it to be. So this is it. That's all of my spring inspirational patterns that I have for today. Maybe it will change. I'm not sure that I will make all of them. Well, I will not make all of them for sure. I will make some of them. I'm already working on Elisabeth blouse. Probably I will at least make something more from this selection. But I think you can find some inspiration in this selection of the patterns to find something interesting for yourself that you are going to make during this spring. Let me know in the comments if you like the selection, if you get some inspiration from this video. Leave a like if it was helpful for you for your upcoming projects, and follow for more videos. See you. Bye bye.